very, very, very passionate about is meat. And I love that, right? We all do. In fact, he's so passionate that I would say, what, Chef, about 2 years ago, you opened up a butcher shop in LA, which is crazy, right? But what he wanted to do was really discover and bring and find the very best meats in the world, and he's done that. In fact, here's a shot of it. So here's what we have right now, you guys, and I will tell you, whenever we do these sets, you saw Chef cutting through these tender, juicy, customer pick ribeye pork steaks. They always sell out. So here we go. What we have now is your 16 count. It's on a featured price tonight. We have 4 flex pays tonight for it as well. And we're including free shipping. And Chef, I love your story because after many years being on television, restaurateur, cooking, you said, I'm opening up a butcher shop. Why did you decide to do that? And you did it in a very competitive market in LA.
Well, here's the deal. I've always loved being a butcher. I've always been really proud about it. Both knowing how to cut meat, but even more importantly, knowing how to have great relationships with incredible farmers. This pork comes from a little family farm in Pennsylvania. It is Duroc. That is the breed of the pig. Let me go ahead and show you how big one of these portions are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, at least 10 slices of pork. Now, when you're looking at the price here, I just want you to think about it carefully. 10 divided by 60 is $6 per portion, right? $6 per steak. But to me, this is more like 2 portions, something that could be shared between 2 people, which makes it $3 a portion. It's a crazy price. Now, here's the deal. It is a ribeye in exactly the same way as a beef ribeye. It comes from the same muscle in the animal. Here's the deal, though. Let me cut through. Let me get a couple of these and just show them to you, all right? Because when you see how wonderfully juicy these pork ribeyes actually are, I'll stack a couple of them up so you get a really good look. Have a look at this. If I just show you, I mean, can you believe that that's pork?
Man.
It is so juicy,
wow,
so tender, and so flavorful, because what we do is we brine it for you. We brine it in a little bit of aromatics, some sea salt, just a touch of brown sugar, and I tell you what, the flavor of this pork is just phenomenal. I'm just gonna be so generous to explain it to you. Oh, I love my job, Jam.
You do, I know, you do.
It is so juicy and moist. It is so clean. The flavor of this pork is like no pork you've ever had because we brine it really nicely. Can I just show you the ribeye right here? Now, what we have, you're taking home all 10 of these, by the way. You can see it's the same cut. The longimus dorsi, the spinalis dorsi, or the cap of the ribeye around the outside. You see that little bit of marbling, the flecks of white. That's the intermuscular flat fat, which gives it its moistness and its juicy texture and flavor. It is just second to none. I'm gonna dry up my table here because I need to, and then I'm gonna cut a couple more, because when you see just how incredibly, wonderfully juicy these are, and if only I could have you taste them, every single person in America would be buying one. Now, we don't have enough for everyone in America, of course. We have very limited supply. Each steak is hand cut, and I say steak because that's exactly what it is. It's a pork ribeye, and we cut it exactly the same way we do a beef ribeye. I mean, have a look at how wonderfully juicy and tender this perfect white meat pork is. Now, pork is a white meat. It is the other white meat, we like to say. It's not poultry, of course, but it's certainly not red meat like beef. It's light, and it is absolutely fabulous.
Yeah, and you know what, Chef, while you're making us all jealous by eating, I love this. Wise Grease in Georgia said, great taste, came frozen, individually wrapped. You get an A+++, and then she said, enough said, like period, that's it. Exactly as depicted on presentation. They're tender, flavorful. The best pork I've had in a very, very long time. That's Seamust in Oregon. Gadget Girl in Michigan, these are the best. I never had a ribeye pork steak before. I cooked it in the air fryer and they are so tender. Rena Rue in Georgia, don't hesitate to try these. She said, I'm so glad I did. They're super moist and tender. And then Gem Crazy Lady in Maryland said, these Curtis Stone pork ribeye steaks are wonderful. Tender, flavorful, easy to prepare. Here's how they come individually wrapped to you. You can use them portion control. You do not get all of them open at once, so you can use them, keep the rest frozen if you'd like to. They are packed for freshness. This is absolutely exquisite pork. And the thing is what I love about Chef is extremely involved in the creation and finding of all his products, okay? He would never, ever in a million years put his name on anything that he didn't 300% believe in. And Chef, I know you've gone to extensive lengths to find the right pork producers, the right meat farmers, the right beef farmers. You really knock yourself out, not only in just your cookware, which I know you're incredibly proud of, but almost even more so when it comes to meats. Because you know, when you think about cookware, everything's very consistent. When you think about pork or beef, it's gonna have a lot of inconsistencies, so you really always demand the very best.
It all comes down to your relationships, and this is what we do. I have 6 full-time butchers right below me. They're downstairs cutting meat as we speak. We're constantly on the phone with our farmers. I'm constantly going out to visit our farmers. We make the most unbelievable burgers. We make all our own charcuterie. And of course, when it comes to sourcing brilliant pork, well, we just absolutely love it. I also love pork around the holidays. I don't know, I mean, look at that. It is so juicy and just so wonderful. And that, my friends, is the difference. You know, when you source great quality meat, you become so proud of it because you become totally addicted to it. And if I ever go out and eat somebody else's pork, I'm like, oh yeah, nah, sorry, it's not Duroc. It's not from my beautiful little family-owned farm in Pennsylvania. It doesn't taste like that. But when you eat it like this, you become totally obsessed with it. And for this price, well, you should be obsessed with it. It's amazing.
Well, and I love it too, whether you love to cook with cast iron, you're using the DuraPans, if you put it on the grill, it is a taste sensation. It is so far beyond your regular pork. Like, oh, I get pork, you know, pork chops and pork at the grocery store. No, this is that premium level. This is the kind of stuff that you get in 5-star restaurants, i.e. like what Chef presents to his own customers, and he's only gonna do the very best. We just get a fabulous deal because he's working directly with the farmer and then bringing it directly to you exclusively here at HSN. You'll never find this in your local groceries or a store, any other butcher shop. You can only actually get it here, or if you spend a lot of time and an airplane flight to go to LA, you might be able to get it down below in his butcher shop.
Come get it
but trust me, it's not $3 a serving. It absolutely won't be. So guys, here it is. Now, I do want to explain auto ship. Because Chef, as you said, once you go here, it's very tough to eat anything else. If you want to keep getting these, we have a really unique thing. It's called auto ship. And when you sign up for it, you get your first shipment. It comes right away. And then every 90 days, you'll get another shipment. So what that means is you lock in tonight's price. So we cannot raise the price on you. So you stay in the shipment. Now, if you say 90 days is too soon, it's okay. You can custom design your delivery date for this. It's just the auto ship opportunity or window is very limited. So if you want to keep getting the good stuff at this exact same price tonight, then you definitely want to take advantage of it right now while we have it available. Yeah, Chef, when you went to search for these piggies, where did you find, you said in Pennsylvania, how did you discover this farmer?
Well, we're always talking to different farmers. We're talking to distributors all the time, and we're going out, we go to expos, we have tons of relationships. So we work with people all over the world. I buy in Wagyu beef from Australia, I buy lamb from Central California, I buy pork from Pennsylvania, and we're very, very proud of that, you know, and that's sort of a lifetime of work that you have to do. I've got something else to share with you, Suzanne. I've got my smoked sea salt. Now, what we do is we smoke it. We put a mixture of a little bit of black pepper, a tiny bit of mushroom powder as well. It comes with some mesquite barbecue sauce, as well as my California Cabernet sauce. Wonderful on steak and also brilliant on this pork. So let me just show you something else. I mentioned my cordless electric knife earlier. Watch what I can do here. I can just glide through this beautiful tender pork, so you can see how effortless, how perfectly juicy that pork really is. And that electric knife, my friends, I tell you what, you want this for the holidays and you want it badly. It's not a ton of them left, so if you want it, you want to give us a call and grab one right now. It is cordless, they're very, very easy to use. Oh my goodness. It's so juicy. You just have to, watch this. The tenderness. Look, I can cut through it with a fork. Are you ready?
That's awesome.
Can you see how I can do that? Look, I can even pick it up, Suzanne, and just tear it.
Oh.
You know, I mean, when can you do that with pork? Pork is always dry. It is usually tough. But what we do is we brine it. We use the best quality, the ribeyes, of course. Beautiful cut of pork. I can't stop eating it. My mum would be screaming at me if she could see me. So good though.
Hey, by the way, guys, if you want his 4 set of spices, they're back in stock. Actually, when we launched those, Chef, I remember when we launched they completely sold out in a single day. We have one set that's called, it has blackening, herb and garlic, smoky barbecue, and steakhouse blend. And then we have another set that's called Flavors of the World, which is Hawaiian, Italian, Mexican, and spicy Louisiana. Which one did you recommend, Chef, to put on the pork? What do you think are the favorites out of those 2 collections?
Look, Flavors of the World allow you to take it in so many different directions. Italian, Hawaiian, Louisiana, I mean, it's so wonderful. But you've got to get your hands on this smoked butcher's salt and go read the reviews. Perfect 5-star review after perfect 5-star review. And it comes with the 2 sauces, the Cabernet and the Merlot and the Mesquite. Let me show it to you one last time because we are getting very, very limited here and very low on time as well. I'm going to pick this up. I'm going to do a mountain of pork for you. Have a look at this, Dave. I mean, just check out how juicy and incredibly wonderful that pork looks. Now, you know pork. It's usually quite dry. It can usually be a little tough. Not this. This is the best pork you'll ever eat. And if you don't think that, you should give us a ring and we'll give you your money back because I tell you what, we're so, so proud of the quality that we've been able to achieve. And the flavor profile is just on another level.
I completely, you know what, I gotta tell you, I'm so wildly jealous you keep eating that pork because who doesn't love pork, right? And you know, it's
So
one
good.
of those opportunities where if you've got people coming, or maybe I think for most of us, even if you're just hanging out with the family for the holidays, I think this holiday season more than ever,